Everyone, today we will deal with this chapter, the Cripps Mission 1942, which shall be useful for various law students along with the ones who are going to give competitive exams. All right, so I have first of all jot down the synopsis. All right, the first one is you have to mention the name and the year. Now what is the name of the mission? It is the Cripps Mission. All right, the Cripps Mission, and the year is 1942. Don't forget. All right, the Cripps Mission 1942. The second point would be the reasons for this mission and who was sent to accomplish the same. Now there must be some reason for this mission, and somebody must have been sent to the Indian to talk with the Indian leaders about this. All right, so I will tell you the reason. The British government had realized that it cannot overlook the problems of Indians any further. Plus there was a fall of Burma. Japan had conquered Burma, and now it was knocking the doors of India. All right, so this had already frightened Britishers. So on 22nd March 1942, I had talked about who was sent to accomplish the same. You need to write about this. So on 22nd March 1942, Sir Stafford Cripps was sent to negotiate with the Indian leaders. All right. Now there must be some sort of proposals which would have been laid by Cripps in order to settle these Indian problems amicably, isn't it? So this would be your third point. All right, I'm keeping my screen continuously on the page so that you can jot down the points as I'm explaining you. All right, so following proposals were laid by Cripps to solve the Indian problems. All right, these are the salient features. The first one was, after the war ends, steps shall be taken to form an elected body for framing the Indian Constitution. All right, so as soon as the war will end, there shall be some steps which shall be taken in order to form an elected body for framing the Indian Constitution. This shall be your first point. All right, the second point would be British government. I've written here in a short form, but you need not write it in this way in your paper, otherwise you know. So British government would accept the Indian Constitution only if, the first point, okay, ifs are what? You have 2 points. The first one is in case if any province of British India doesn't want to accept the new constitution, then it has to accept, that is, retain the present constitutional position and provision to be made for its accession if they so desire. All right. The second would be a treaty is to be signed between His Majesty's government and the constitution making body. All right. So your ifs end A and B. All right. The third proposal was, constitution making body shall consist of whom? It shall consist of persons elected by provincial legislatures and persons nominated by Indian princes. The fourth proposal was, His Majesty's government would be responsible for and take control of the entire defense of India. All right. Now, if you have a look on these proposals made by Cripps government, you will find that they're so inadequate and unworthy. So what was the consequence of this? There was a subsequent refusal or denial of the Cripps mission. All right.